people. He was under peer pressure. They told him, we have to beat you. They beat him. They told him, you got to drink this stuff. He drank engine oil. Engine oil, one of the boys got hold of from a housemaster's car. I'm telling you what's going on in the investigation. That's what investigative journalism is. People on the inside feeding Kemi with information. The governor wouldn't like it. The police chief wouldn't like it, but that's not my problem. School. At the end of the day, Sylvester did anything they wanted him to do. They asked him to describe his sister's vaginas. He did. Then he told his parents. His parents said they removed the girls or something. You guys don't know what boarding houses is about. Boarding houses is no different from Big Brother Nigeria. A whole lot of people living in one house. Big Brother. As soon as they get in there, you see what they do. They form their little groups. Their little groups. You see this one talking to that one. Who did Lakon hang out with more? Who did White Money hang out with more? Before you know it, they become lovers in the house.
Like, first question I need to ask first is, how the hell is living in the boarding school the same thing as Big Brother Nigeria? Like, what's the correlation? How do both of them relate? That's the first question I need to ask. Like, how? Like, how? Who gives that kind of analogy? Like, where did you get that from? That boarding house is just like how? How? I don't see the relationship, sharp, or how? Hello, beautiful people. My name is John Obizuba, and I am the host of Lottery Nigeria. And basically, I'm doing this video because I need to really ask some questions. I know a lot of us recently must have heard what our big anti-investigative journalist, the person of Kemi Olunloyo, actually came out and said, to the effect that Sylvester actually was part of the cause of his death or something like that. That he agreed to join cults and he was given engine oil to drink and all those things. I know we've also heard that. And basically, I have a few questions. I'm going to be very brief. I have a few questions for our dear beautiful Aunty Kemi, our dear investigative journalist in Nigeria. I think a lot of Nigerians want to know the answers to this question. I want to know the answers. First of all, how did you get this source? You said your source told you basically that Sylvester actually drank engine oil. He agreed to be part of the cult. How did you get that information? Who told you that? Who is this your source? I feel your source should be one of the same persons that are still under police investigation, because this matter is currently being investigated by the police, and you're saying that you have a source. Your source is you have an insider giving information. Who is the insider giving information? Our dear Aunty Kemi Olunloyo is actually much aware that this is a current investigation on the issue. And basically, there are acts that when you actually engage in, when they engage in certain acts, they actually amount to interference with either police duty or interference with active police investigation. Because you can't be telling me that there's an active police investigation going on right now, and you're going around asking the same persons who are being under police radar, under police watch about information, insiders, the same people in the school management that the police is currently investigating. You're interfering with police investigation, basically. That's what it means now. Because you can't tell me basically that the police is investigating and you're going around asking questions on who did what, and what, that you have a source. Come on, how can your source be so specific? Your source said they drank engine oil. How does your source know that? Who is this source that has so much information? Come on, if your source is that specific and you can actually tell what happened, basically, I think the police should pick interest in your source. Your source is a person of interest, a person of substance in the action, because if you have such facts that are very much relevant for the whole matter to be dealt with speedily and accordingly, come on, why are you holding them? For me, I think this is enough reason for the police to actually invite our Aunty Kemi. Dear Madam Kemi, this is enough reason for the police to invite you, for you to furnish them evidence. You have enough facts that can help them. You're coming out to say that you have credible facts. You're coming out to say Sylvester's death was majorly what you're trying to imply is that he caused his death by agreeing to join cults. And let me ask a question first of all. How did we come about that? How did you come about such statements? Did you even, before you actually come out to actually say things in sensitive matter like this, you acknowledge the fact that currently there's an ongoing investigation and you owe the responsibility to the concerned law enforcement agency to not interfere with investigation. Coming out to say that Sylvester actually agreed to join cult and he took engine oil, these are facts, these are specific facts that ought to only be reviewed by investigation or directly from a witness. And if it is such that there's a witness, that witness actually should be assisting the police to make it easy. So I'm going to ask a question. Did Aunty Kemi at any point, dear Aunty Kemi, did you at any point furnish this information to the police? Before coming out to say yes, he drank this, he drank that, he agreed to be part of court, did you take the information to the police? Did you do that? Because if you did not, actually you're interfering with police investigation. That's the fact. Because these statements are such, it has already started inciting people. People already agree, people are angry, people are already, like, these are acts that are likely capable to breach the peace. Because you can't tell me that in such a matter as sensitive as this, you don't understand that this time calls for caution in what you say on the issue and how you react to the issue. Is it that in Nigeria we don't even take into concern, or we don't recognize the different atmospheres or the different moods people get to be in? This is a time when the family is in serious grief. Everybody is downcast, and the only thing we can think about, now, even if it was true, which there's nothing to show it is, you don't come out to the public to actually basically tell people that yes, he did this, he did that, without actually giving substantiated claims. And the worst part is, they're not facts to establish anything. You just come out and you pop this out in public. You don't care about the sanctity of the mood, the sanctity of the time the family is going through. You didn't even think about how would I put it? What the family is going through exactly. You're coming out to say that he drank this, you have source, your source, your source, your source. Trust me, this is enough reason for the relevant security agents, the police, to actually invite Kemi Olunloyo, our dear great Nigerian investigative journalist, to come and actually assist them in the investigation. She's a person of concern right now, because if you say you have substantial facts, you shouldn't be holding it. Basically, I heard, at least I listened to the video, I listened to the audio, and I heard when she said something about the fact that the governor will not be happy, the police chief will not be happy, blah 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 blah. Honestly, it's obvious that you didn't actually go through the right channel, because if you go through the right channel, you shouldn't be making statements as such. This is a sensitive time. We should all be careful of what we see on these issues. Like, not just this issue alone. There are issues that before you come out, you should understand that you respect the sanctity of the moment. It's a sacred moment for the family, it's a sacred moment for well-wishers, it's a sacred moment for everybody that's actually going through one grief as a result of this. You don't just come out and pop things like that. So basically, I think that whole statement of he did this, he did that, he agreed to be part of court is actually uncalled for and unnecessary. You say you have facts, substantiate the facts by taking the relevant facts to the relevant agencies. If you truly have a source, go to the police and actually let the police actually get your source to spill out things. Even if you want to protect your source, furnish the information to the police. Not coming out to actually tell us this happened at a time that is sensitive. You didn't even care the bother to actually know how it sounds, basically. Trust me. For me, I think this is gross interference with active police investigation, and I think the relevant agencies should do the proper thing. Invite this lady, invite our auntie, or our auntie should actually. We're not saying that you're not being arrested. Come and give the police what you know. It's not a matter of you're not being arrested. She's supposed to be arrested. Let the police invite her to come and say what she knows. That's the proper thing to do. Because you can't tell me you're actually making statements in public on a very sensitive matter as this, that it's a matter of top police investigation, and you just make statements, drop it, and we'll do it social media ways. And no, now there are protocols, there are ways to do these things. So this is my own opinion. This is what I think. If Aunty Kemi has information, she should go to the police. If she's not coming forward to the police should invite her themselves, or she should furnish details, give it to her by her source. Let's know the source. Let the police, even if it's not going to be released publicly because of the sensitivity of the case, being that minors are involved, let her furnish details, give it to her by his source. Let this matter be handled properly. This is me saying my own, though, because you know as Nigeria they be now. Very soon now they'll say you're disrespecting somebody on the online, whereas the person is not doing the proper things you should do in the right way, should be done. This is my own voice. I'm signing out now. Oh yeah, now.